The old house stood silhouetted against the bruised twilight sky, its windows like vacant eyes staring out at the encroaching darkness. Locals whispered tales of the previous owner, a reclusive clockmaker who vanished without a trace, leaving behind a symphony of ticking that never ceased. Tonight, a group of teenagers, fueled by bravado and cheap thrills, dared each other to spend an hour inside. Liam, the most skeptical, scoffed at the superstitions. "It's just an old house," he declared, pushing open the creaking front door. Inside, dust motes danced in the faint light, filtering through grimy panes. The air was heavy, thick with the scent of decay and something else, something metallic and cold. And then they heard it, a soft, rhythmic tick-tock, echoing from every corner. They explode, their flashlights cutting through the gloom. In the living room, a grandfather clock stood silent, its hands frozen at midnight. Yet the ticking persisted, growing louder, more insistent. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted. A cold breath ghosted across Liam's neck. He spun around, his flashlight beam sweeping the empty room. "Who's there?" he stammered, his voice barely a whisper. A faint scratching sound came from the floorboards above. They exchanged nervous glances. "Maybe it's just rats," I offered, though her voice trembled. As they ascended the grand decaying staircase, the ticking intensified, now accompanied by a faint mechanical whirring. The scratching grew louder, more deliberate, like fingernails dragging across wood. They reached the landing. A single door at the end of the hall was slightly ajar, a silver of unnatural light escaping from within. The ticking was deafening now, vibrating through the very bones. Liam, trying to maintain his composure, pushed the door open. The room was filled with clocks, hundreds of them, of every size and design, all ticking in perfect, horrifying unison. But it wasn't just the clocks. In the center of the room, hunched over a workbench, was a figure. It was the clockmaker, his back to them. His skin was a waxy yellow, his clothes tattered. As he slowly turned, they saw his face. His eyes were wide, unblinking, and his mouth was stretched into a silent, grotesque grin. But it was his hands that truly horrified them. They were not flesh and bone. but intricate clockwork, gears and springs, were beneath translucent skin, and from his chest, where his heart should have been, protruded a small, ornate pendulum, swinging with the relentless tick-tock that filled the house. He raised a clockwork hand, pointing a long metallic finger at them. The ticking stopped, all of it. The silence was more terrifying than the noise. Then, with a sickening click, the grandfather clock in the living room below chimed midnight, and the clockmaker's